effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Batum and Williams at the forward spots. Monk is out there with Brown, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. T.J. McConnell is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
And Brown throws it down. You talk to reporters who cover this team, they'll tell you just how involved Shea is with the direction of the franchise.
And anytime there's a big decision to be made, they check in with Shea first. I'm talking general strategies, trades, all that. And why wouldn't they when it is clear that Shea is a huge part of this franchise future?
Orlando grabs the miss. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
You know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
Pass to Monk. Outside Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, the rugged athleticism of Williams, so skilled and calm at converting through contact.
Here's McConnell. A 14-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Gordon. Again, the Magic score.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
Shea drives in and finished off by Brown.
A nice aggressive move from Shea, making a decisive move. No hesitation, going forward and converting on the drive.
Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. That means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter. And that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. So for the Magic, Ross comes in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for TJ McConnell. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Hornets. Miles Bridges comes in for Nicholas Batum. Augustine against Brown. Augustine with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. Sinks the three-pointer.
Man, I like the three-point stroke of Ross. Gets it off so effortlessly. Man, he's got terrific form.
Back to Jay. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Brown's got 6 points. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Brown against Augustine. And yes, it's good.
You know, it's obvious and easy to talk about Augustine's speed. He's a speed merchant, but how about his creativity there?
And there's Monk on the assist by Shea.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Orlando leading by 3. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, two outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lopez. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Unloads from 13. They get it back. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Hernan Gomez.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
We've got Isaac. Vucevic is out there with Bamba. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's McConnell in at the point guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Shai in the last game against the Cavaliers was all business. He ended up with 43 points, and he was a force on defense. Came up with a lot of steals. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
David, in stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Monk, the pass to Brown. And Shai throws it down hard.
Absolutely nasty, boy, I tell you. It takes some strength for Shai to go for that kind of throwdown in game action. Love it.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. 6-point game. Pass to Bamba. McConnell scanning the floor. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Great timing on Lopez's part.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed.
And, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin, there. I mean, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind them taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Orlando. The Hornets also changing it up. Williams comes in for Brook Lopez. And Murray subbed in for Nicholas Batum.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And the foul called on Shai. That'll be his second foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's Ross in for Fournier. Ross finds Gordon. Over Williams. And it's Gordon missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Puts it up. And it's Shai missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. Monk and Batum, the wing. Williams is out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Brown in at the 1.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Jay kicks to Monk. Three-pointer. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Monk's got 5 now.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will." Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Got a piece of it. It's Fournier on the wing. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Anything you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in communication. Well, we've seen Vucevic expand his offensive repertoire, guys, adding to his old school post game. He's now demonstrating perimeter shooting and playmaking ability, and that's opening some eyes.
And Clark, as Vucevic has stepped out from that mid-range to beyond the arc, it's paying dividends.
Yeah, not only is he shooting the three-point shot when he steps out there, but it spaces the floor and opens up things for his teammates, and he's proven himself to be a pretty good passer. The face-up game proving just as effective as his post-up game, which makes him a hard cover.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Here's Ross. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Hornets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for McDermott. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Williams is checked in. Ross dishes to Vucevic. Ross on the wing. Now the pass to Augustine. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Ernie Gomez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Brown. Charlotte no good that time either.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Augustine against Rozier. And Augustine kicks to Isaac. From outside, off the mark. Hornets trail by 18. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, even though it took him a minute to get into the league, every basketball fan out there knew Che's name before he ever set foot on an NBA court.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Lopez, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Batum comes in for Miles Bridges. And Monk's subbed in for Terry Rozier.
Shea is merciless tonight, not letting up a bit.
And so it's Orlando, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Bamba. And it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. From downtown, Monk grabs the board. Monk's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the dunk by Jay.
That's going to make a defender think twice about getting in Che's way next time. Posterize.
Orlando leading by 12. Now Augustine passes it to Isaac. Now here's Ross, defended by Batum. Here is Ross. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And that's a case where the deceptive strength that Ross has helps him score over the defense. You can't afford to take this guy lightly.
And the Hornets call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
For the Magic, Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Bamba. Fournier comes in for Ross. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Augustine. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Hey, guys, imagine trying to stop that coming at you. 6'10", athletic, quick, strong. Isaac is a difficult matchup. Well, you know, he's still listed at 6'10", but when you see him standing next to teammates, guys, Jonathan Isaac is clearly tall. By the time he's done growing, he's projected to be a 7-footer or north of that.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Outside Fournier. Pass to McConnell. Batum grabs the miss. And Isaac doesn't want that 7-footer label. Something we've seen before with the guys like Garnett and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. There are a couple of things that go into that when you talk about guys not wanting to be listed at 7 feet. He grew up playing on the perimeter and still has an attachment to that part of his game. And then I think there's also the feeling if you're listed at 7 feet, you're going to get stuck inside. But even more than that, folks tend to look at you differently when you're a 7-footer because you appear to be out of the norm in a major way.
Hornets trail by 17. Batum passes to Bryant. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Vucevic with the ball.
Get that weak stuff out of here. You can't come weak like that against Vucevic. He's going to send it back at you.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Magic.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
And that one's good to go from Che.
You'd love for all your shots to come from that range. Che, always going to cash in on a chance like that.
Now, here's McConnell. Defense is right there. 1:56 left in the 4th. Just 5 to shoot. Isaac. That one goes. Counted.
Persistence pays, Kevin. Love seeing Isaac stay with the play like that, using his height and the high release on those nice finishes.
The 6th pick back in 2017. 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Brown with the bounce pass. Trying to get open is Lopez. Williams can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Orlando.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They've lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And you got to believe that's important, Greg. I mean, it's one thing to lose both games of an interconference series. It's a whole different story losing all 4 games to a team from your own conference.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Vucevic.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ken Burge is checked in for Vucevic. Cephalosha comes in for Aaron Gordon. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Fulton for Fournier. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Lopez. Washington comes in for Marvin Williams. Murray's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Monk.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Magic making a switch here. Carter Williams is checked in. And so Brown will bring it up for Charlotte, trailing by 17. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now, here's Rozier, guarded by Fultz. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
There's an aggressiveness to Che's game that I think everybody can appreciate and respect. Prides himself on keeping pressure on the defense.
He's off on the second. Brown against Carter Williams. And the foul called on Shea. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line. And that one misses.
The Syracuse alum, Carter Williams, a combo guard with really outstanding court vision and excellent speed.
And a deep 3 from Shea. Off on that one. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. It was one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
Hey, how you been, man? Hey, need some help?
let's get going. We lost one game, not the end of the world. We just need to get back to work and clean up a few things. Let's get back at it. Our goal today is to fine-tune our transition defense. We gotta limit easy scores. Let's get into some transition defense work.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Hey, he can ball, huh? Hey, right there!
Keep going, baby.
Very strong. Now let's move on to the next drill.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Hey, he can ball, huh?
good work in practice today. Make sure you get some reps in before you leave the gym.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus, focus!
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get started, man. Let's get started. Hey, hit me up.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Next time, man. Next time.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Hey, man.
Sacrifice Che. She's an advisor to Che. She's been at the college working with him for the past 4 years. And, you know, she's just incredibly, you know, she's a big advocate on a lot of different issues. Someone who
Always a ton of style coming through the tunnel in New York City. The Knicks confident and composed, and a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Bucks. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And the Hornets, they've experimented with a lot of options this season, but at some point you are what you are. And that's a pretty good basketball team moving forward.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Monk and Batum, the wing. Brook Lopez is out there with Washington. And it's Brown in at the 1. And for New York, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Allen is out there with Trier. And it's Robinson in at the 5 down low. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with Coach David Fizdale. Said priority number 1 is to not let these guys get going from the perimeter. Do not let them start getting open threes. It's a recipe for disaster. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. The Knicks making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Brown against Allen. Randall right side, and good that time.
You can see the touch and the improvement in that touch right there.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, but then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Allen. Shea with the block.
Crazy to think scouts were saying that Shea didn't play with enough heart. That block showing you that he wants it.
And the pass to Batum. Brown against Allen. Brown right side. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And how about that? A mid-range Jay. Shay's got a little old school to his game.
Here's Trier. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Allen kicks to Barrett. Just 5 on the clock. There's Trier with the 3. Hornets with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Marcus Morris is checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett. Dotson's checked in for Alonzo Trier. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Allen. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Washington. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Rozier in for Monk. Here's Brown. And Shea throws it down hard.
Shea showing a little bit of swag to his game right there. You don't see him gloat about it, but nice to see him up on the rim.
Payton looking around. Pass to Knox. Shot to stop the run. And that one, good.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Pass to Brown. And it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. Ricky Rubio checked in for Charlotte. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Monk and Batum, the wing. Washington out there with Brook Lopez. And it's Shea in at the point.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
The Hornets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
That free throw good from Washington. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing,
popcorn, right?
And the popcorn, what else,
and
Kevin?
then the popcorn.
Yeah,
right
nachos.
I love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else could we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
that's
right?
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow coat your stomach.
Yep.
You
Was
don't
this
feel bad.
basketball related, or did we go somewhere else?
All a part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Magic delivered quite a performance. He added 27 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. That was just the latest chapter in what has been a very good stretch of outings for him. Can't afford to take anything for granted going into tonight.
Thanks, David. It looked like Greg, he could do anything he wanted to out there, playing with no fear.
Right. Terrific momentum coming into this game. We'll see if he can continue it.
No reason to settle. Just keep getting to his money spots.
And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Scoring with the bump can throw your concentration off. Shea right there, not distracted by contact.
With the teardrop, Shea with the block.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
No dice from the high post.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Robinson left side. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Brown. Robinson pulls it in.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Here's Barrett. Doesn't go for it. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition. And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Pass to Trier. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Morris is checked in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett. And it's Payton in for Allen. The Hornets also changing it up. Biombo is checked in for Lopez. Hernan Gomez comes in for Washington. And it's Miles Bridges in for Nicholas Batum.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. His last 10 games, he's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds.
We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Bobby Portis comes in for Randall. And Damian Dotson subbed in for Trier. Payton kicks to Dotson. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot, and the basket is good. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, Knox trying to improve in this portion of his offensive game, distribution.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Goes back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really a good job of getting to the line in that first quarter. Hasn't been doing that as much here in the second.
The Hornets have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
We get a chance to come here early, so watching shoot around Kevin before the game, we were remarking that Shea was out there kind of cracking up with his teammates out there, enjoying the atmosphere. Really, really personable guy.
It could go. And so it's Charlotte with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action after this word. And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. While you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
Been aggressive to block shots, but also avoiding fouls. That's a heavy presence inside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Trier out there with Allen, and it's Barrett at small forward. And so Allen will bring it up for the Knicks. It's a 5-point game. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks. And Smith said,
Here's Brown. He's got 19. And it goes down 2 points. Shea's got 21.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's an 8-point Charlotte lead.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And Chase throws it down.
Zero hesitation to take that on the inside. Shea aggressive on that play.
The Knicks have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
New York's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Payton attacking in the corner, Knox with it. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 3 assists in the game.
And Knox showing you a lot of what it is that he can do in terms of his offensive arsenal.
Good on the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
It's stolen by Brown. And he comes up with the deuce. Shea's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hornets.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Knox, defended by Bridges. Here's Knox. Knocked away. It's stolen by Brown. It's been all about Shea for Charlotte. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Brent, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Batum and Williams at the forward spots. Shea is out there with Rozier, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Alonzo Trier's checked in for the Knicks. Allen comes in for Payton. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Washington's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if we have enough to get it done.
All right, thank you, David. They're checked in for the Knicks. Monk's checked in for Charlotte. Brown drives in, and the shot goes down. Shea's got 16 here in the second half.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Trier passes to Morris. Over in the corner, Portis. The pass to Barrett for 3. Sinks the triple.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
And they double up Shea. No good from Hernan Gomez. Knicks trail by 8. Floats one, and it's laid in by Barrett. Barrett's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Washington passes to Batum. Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Barrett, no good.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Randall subbed in for Marcus Morris. The Hornets also with a sub. Lopez, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Hornets leading by 6. Brown with the bounce pass. Kicks it to Monk. A 3-ball. Good, and the assist goes to Che. Che's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Passes to Randall. Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Clearly a foul.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Knicks.
That free throw missing. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill. Right. And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you had for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
And the Hornets call time here. They lead by 9. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Shea.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And so here's Charlotte. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Jay head down, nose down, wanting to get in there, not afraid to dribble in and earn some foul shots.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line, no good. There's Trier with the 3, and again, New York with the triple.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Che. Charlotte no good that time either.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Outside, Batum. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brown, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Che's got 36.
A lot of questions about Che and his effort in college. If he continues to do things like that, that'll go away.
Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
How about Randall? Dependable big in a big moment.
Charlotte leading by 5. Right side, Batum. Over Barrett. A shot by Batum, no good. And Joe Allen will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Over to the left wing. Here's Randall. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Now, Randall is looking like tonight he's capable of taking on the whole offensive load.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. There at the pass to Robinson. Freer from long range. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
From deep. They get it back.
Randall not giving up on that play, smells that one out, grabs the ball, and gets 2 more.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.